Today we are reading the Time Warp Trio number 13. Anyway, yes, this will be an audiobook. Okay. Page 1. Mary 1 Time Warp Trio 0. Time Warp Trio. We do know a few tricks, I said to the high priest, but we're not really magicians. We're three guys who got sent here by a magic book. We don't really know how it will work. We just have to find it. Then we'll take off right out of here, and you guys get back to your scattered ball game. So, have you seen anything that looks like a thin blue book? The high priest looked at us. He looked around at the crowd of people in the ball court. He seemed to be thinking what to do. Then he yelled, "Seize them! We will sacrifice them to the harvest." Warriors with spears and knives around us. That went well, said Sam. His eyes rolled up, and he fell to the ground. Okay, we dead. Mio Maya? I'm guessing that's who made it. And here are all the ones leading up to this one. Oh no, that's just the name of this one. Number 1, Knights of the Kitchen Table. Number 2, Not So Jolly Roger. Number 3, The Good, the Bad, and the Goofy. Number 4, Your Mother Was a Nerd. Number 5, 2095. Number 6, Tut Tut. Number 7, Summer Reading is Killing Me. Number 8 is All Greek to Me. Number 9, See You Later, Gladiator. Number 10, Sam Samurai. Number 11, Hey Kid, Want to Buy a Bridge. Number 12, Viking It and Liking It. Number 13, Mio Maya. 14, The Wind, The Crazy, The Vink. Anyway, how do you interrupt the scar? Huh? Said Fred. He tucked in his basketball under one arm. I knew he wasn't in Brooklyn anymore, but that's about all I know. It was hot. The sky was bright blue. Fred, Sam, and I were standing in the middle of some kind of courtyard surrounded by tall stone walls. A short, brown, skinny guy in a wild, feathered headdress stood on top of the wall looking down at us. The 4 players of the game we had interrupted stood eyeing us. They wore padded boats, legs, and shoulder pads. And not much else. Explain yourself or your blood will be spilled in sacrifice, said the feather guy. Where the heck are we now, said Fred. I was just about to win it all. No way, said Sam. Totally, said Fred. Not likely, said Sam. Science invaders, yelled the feather guy. I'm the high priest of Chang Zitzun. I will rip your hearts out. Answer. Did he say chicken pizza? Said Fred. Said Sam. He looked around at the crowd of people watching the game from each end of the courtyard. Is the name of the city built by those people I was telling you about before we got warped here by someone who wasn't being careful with the book? Sam gave me a look. We're in the Maya ring ball court about 1,000 years ago. So that's good news, right? I said. Sam was just in his eyes. Except for their habitat. Hobby. No, their habitat of sacrificing humans. Sam squared up at the high priest. He's not kidding about that ripping your hearts out. Whoa, I said, that is definitely not good. I turned to the Mr. High Priest. I'm Joe versus Sam. He's Fred. We came from a place called Brooklyn. We are very powerful magicians.
Are you about done with your fucking life?
So I'm reading. Where was I? Found the High Priest step back, makers of magic. He sounded afraid. Oh yeah, I said. You don't want to mess with sacrificing us. Sam wrote, not again. This never works. Have you ever noticed that when we time warp, we usually just get into more trouble with our tricks? Have you got a better idea? I asked. Yeah, let's tell them who we really are. Tell them we just need to get the book and then get out of here, said Sam. Like that will work, said Fred. I say we fight our way out of here. You guys take the two in the blue feathers. I'll take care of the red feather team. What magic do you know? Asked the high priest. I thought about trying one of my new coin tricks, maybe a rope trick. When I thought about what Sam had said I was kind of insulted, but you know what, Sam had. Our tricks did seem to get us more in trouble. I decided to give Sam's idea a try. I decided to try to get through an entire time warp without using a single trick. We do know a few tricks, I said to the hype, but we're not really magicians. We're three guys who got sent by a magic book. Right.
My little tanks.
Never been a preview into the story.
Because if that one's humidity is anywhere close to isopods over here,
Where was I?
I'm figuring I should be about right humidity for a reptile in there already.
Okay, fine it. We do know a few tricks, I said to the high priest, but we're not really magicians. We're three guys who got sent here by a magic book. We don't really know how it to work. We just got here. We just have to find it. Then we'll take it off right out of here. And you guys can get back to your game, to your scatter ball game. So have you see anything that looks like a thin blue book? The high priest looked at us, surrounded the crowd of people in the ball ring. He seemed to be thinking what to do. Many yelled, seize them. We will sacrifice them to the harvest. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
And the three big ones. They shared breeding.
Anyway, here we go. Warriors with spears and knives surrounded us. That went well, said Sam. His eyes rolled up and he fell to the ground. Chapter 2. This is 15 pages, we're on page 6. But before we donate blood, all of our blood to the harvest, I would like to try to explain how three guys from Brooklyn to get into such a mess 1,000 years ago in Mexico.
Because I know all the moisture in that one's going to stop making them before long. Which is the item I take themselves. I know my mom can say.
You also the game of horse. Or O dash or H or aka H dash O dash R dash S dash E. You know, the basketball game, the one where you take turns shooting.
And at least spread it in with that way I can start with green. Tell population need any mold that runs in there someday.
And the guy after you had to make the shot you make or get a letter. Getting all the letters, you are a horse and you are out. You can play the game to spell any word, but we got in trouble last time with the new teacher in the schoolyard for even saying those words. So I'm not going to write them down, but that's a whole other story. Back to this story. I can almost hear you thinking I played horse before. It never got me sacrificed. I never played horse before. I don't play basketball. But I do watch basketball. Anyway. Because of a mold issue. It never got me sacrificed. But you don't have a certain book. A thin blue book covered with a twisted silver symbol and designs. A book given to you by your Uncle Joe, the magician who's not really a very good magician. A book that can somehow, some way, warp you to any place, any time of place that's different. I have that book. It's called The Book. It is so fair to, so far to manage to warp, and so far managed to warp Sam and Fred and me all over time and space. We see everything from Stone Age cave people to our own great-granddaughters 100 years in the future. We wrestle gladiators, we sail with pirates, we hang out with the guy who built the Brooklyn Bridge. We just never figured out exactly how the Hinkai poem can trigger the book's green time warping mist. We do know that the only way to get back to our time is to find the book in the time we travel to. But we have no idea how to keep track of the book. One of these days we may have to actually read the book and see if it has any directions. But this day was so nice and sunny, we remained stuck in school all day. We had to get outside and play some basketball. Sam and Fred and I met up at the hoops near Fred's house. Page 8. Dad, you guys are both DEAD dead after this next incredible shot, said Fred. He twisted his new hat backwards on his head. He stood behind the 3-point line. But then I also hear that didn't happen somewhere in between Kentucky. Airball, said Sam, not even looking up. He was doodling on the blacktop with a piece of chalk. Sam and I both had horse. Fred had H. Did you call me Hairball? Said Fred. Sam drew a group of dots and lines. Did you know that the ancient Maya people who lived 1,000 years ago had a number system every bit as good as ours? And a calendar that was even better? Sam and I hardly know what he said at the time. Fred and I hardly know what he said at the time. Sam always comes up with stuff like this. We whack. Okay, I'm back. 1 week He's an expert on World War II submarines. Next week is Samurai Warriors. You can always learn something new listening to Sam, even if it's really just a bad joke. No, said Fred, but I know you two are about to become ancient history with this shot. Fred lifted the ball and lifted the ball in one hand. One bounce off the backboard, catch money, kick butt you in the face. Knucklehead says, "What?" said Sam. Says, "What?" said Sam. Fred held his shooting pose. You're not going to trick me into saying what. You just said it. What? Knucklehead. Okay, that's actually funny. That's funny. Come on, you guys. I said I'm going to need a counter to time your shot if they're any slower. Or shoot the ball, you big zero. And speaking of zero, says Sam, the Maya also invented zero. They wrote it like this, Sam drew on the blacktop. Fascinating, Professor Loser, said Fred, lining up his shot. They used a dot for 1, a line for 5, and connected in groups for 20. So this was 8. Fred dribbled the ball twice. This was 28. Fred aimed the ball. So today's date, 9. It shows pictures, but this is an audiobook, so type format. Mm-hmm. So today's date, 9-22-2003, that was a long time ago, will be written in Maya numbers, 4 dots, and 1 line below them. And then 1 dot above and 2 dots below. And then 1 line above the circle thingy for the 0, and then 3 dots below. Sam drew the last dot. Fred bounced off the wall for his shot. We heard a small pop in my backpack. Under a hoop. Familiar cool green mist snuck out from underneath the flask on my pack. Fred's shot rose up and up and...
Because that's what Mom got to understand it. I didn't tell you I put the application for you to tell this lady, yeah, I know this person.
Yeah. I didn't know.
The green mist snake suddenly grew and swirled us. We spun, twisting, dropping, and time warping through thousands of pages of calendar time. And we were gone from 9/22/2003.
That you weren't smart enough to do it.
Chapter 3. Page 12. Be back.
And then he said when they have a floating...
Okay, people. Back to it. Page 12 of... Never mind, not 15 pages. There's... I thought it was only 15. Never mind. There's like 60 something. 69. But so I have a lot of reading to go. Anyways, guy with bright colored feather headpieces and long white loincloths grab our arms. Other guys poke sharp green stone blade spears in our chests. Someone swiped Fred's ball from him. They stood Sam up and slapped him awake. It looked like they were going to do the blood sacrifice right here. And suddenly it became very hot and very still. Parrots screeched in the jungle behind the stone wall. Monkeys screamed, bugs buzz. You know how they say you can hear your heart pounding? Now I know what they mean. The high priest came down to the front and to stand in the front of us. He did not look like a happy guy, but he definitely dressed nice. He had on a fancy outfit the fanciest outfit in anyone, I guess, to show he was boss. His feathered head thing was the biggest and brightest. He wore a huge green stone skull necklace. Hope.
Instead of like a plastic floating little fucking
Oops.
dock. Because some of them little floating docks
Hang from his ear, a cape of spotted animal skin hanging over one shoulder. Tattoos cover both legs. He was short with dark brown skin, black hair, and black eyes.
Like that Tetra one that looked
He kind of looked like our science teacher, Mr. Remnez, on a really, really crabby day. He looked us over and spoke. Today is a very important day in our calendar. This is the battle of the day against the night. It's the day before the sign of the harvest. What can the sign of you three in the middle of our scary game mean? Why these strange clothes? Fred, Sam, and I looked at each other. We had on our usual jeans, t-shirts, and sneakers. We looked at the high priest. He was the one with the feather on his head and animal skin over his belly. Sorry to interrupt your game, Mr. High Priest, I said. We worry because they help us travel fast once we find our book. The other robe and feather priest behind the high priest whispered to each other. Oh, said the high priest. A book, you say? So you also know reading and writing. You know numbers and counters of the sun and moon and Venus. And of the suns and moons and Venus. Sam picked. Oh, sure. We love your numbers and your counters. Fantastic. You really are a terrific bunch of people. It's even the way you play your ball game with no hands. And I'm not saying that so you don't sprout our own blood over your temple or whatever. I really mean it. It's inventing and all of that too. Amazing. Hey, maybe I can help you out with fractions.
I don't have a problem with him having turtles, but just like we're trying to make the snake look, even though minus the cardboard tunnel that I have for the fucking isopod tunnel, look like it's in a natural environment. I'm trying to do the same with every animal that lives in a cage that we fucking.
The high priest nodded. So you are definitely priest of your people. Who else would know these arts? The other priest nodded. You will make the most excellent sacrifice. Sam starts to wobble again. No, I said. We're not priests. Sam was just. He's a little crazy, you know. Just look at him. Sam's head flopped around. We don't really read and write that much. We're more like magic guys who bring very good luck to people. Only if we're alive. The crowd around the ring ball court got restless. They started clapping and cheering. The ring ball player got restless too. They started bouncing the ball up their hips and chest like. Sam said, no hands. One of the players tried it with Fred's basketball. It gave me an idea where I didn't have to come up with a trick. We are very famous ball players in Orlando, said. Fred and Sam gave me a funny look. We are here on this very important day and to show you a new shot in the battle of the day against night. No, the priest looked really freaked out. I figured we had nothing to lose, that maybe all the blood pumping through our body. So I grabbed the basketball and passed it to Fred. This is Fred and Sam and Fred, Kerms, and Fred. And I am Joe Kick Butt. Fred will now show you his famous back rim shot. But in
It's
our
pretty
land,
much
we
the
use our
same as a fucking
hands.
little pallet. You just need enough water for whatever amount you're using.
Fred looked at the stone
So fucking-
ring set in the wall.
Ignore.
It was set sideways, not level like a basketball, and looked about 3 times as high as a basketball hoop. Fred eyed the ring. He dribbled behind his back and threw his legs while he was thinking the best Fred had never seen anything like it before. They cheered and whistled. The high priest looked around at the crowd. He looked at the small stone ring. He looked at Fred. Yeah. Well, let the gods of this day decide your fate. Show us your way, said the high priest. He smiled. One of those fake smiles. The other priest whispered back and forth some more. I could see they were not happy to have their universe messed with. Fred had to make this shot or we would lose more than a letter. Fred twisted his kneecaps around and bounced a few tosses off the wall to get a feel. Show him how, Mimi, said Fred. One bounce off the wall and in, said Fred. The high priest raised his hands for quiet. Fred bounced two-handed overhead pass off the ground. It sailed towards the wall. It rose up and up and... Going to chapter 4. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry. Chapter 4. And time really can do weird things. You think it always moves along the same, but then an hour sitting indoors on your grandma's couch stretches into days. Couch stretches into days. The 2 weeks at the end of summer vacation shrunk down to about 2 seconds. Very Fred true do or die shot. It stops in midair between chapters. No time left on the clock. Sam's mouth hangs wide open as he watches it. The high priest stands with arms folded around his chest. He's just kind of half smart, thinking, no way this is ever going in. Fred stares at the shot with the most intense look I ever seen on his face. And there is the ball, perfect round, spinning forward a little from the bounce. It hangs between red-brown ground and the bright blue sky. You right back. Now, okay,
Have fun.
I will.
Because you do know they probably don't want you to go check out this fucking camper.
And I'm not going. Tomorrow. Okay?
You know that's probably what they're gonna want.
They can take a picture of it and send it here.
Because you've only been gone a week and Green already wanted you to come back and spend the night tonight.
Yeah, because she wants me to do shit that she can simply do, like cover herself up and do her own and do the laundry and shit.
I know she'll just miss you.
She called saying that she missed me because she had to cover herself up. That don't sound like she missed me just because she missed me. Yes. That she missed me and now she has to do shit that she should have been doing herself a long time ago. Instead of acting like a child not knowing how to cover himself up. Not knowing how to cover himself up. Anyways, well, back to the video. Between night and day, between life or blood sacrifice, the ball sails up and up and up. It kisses off the stone wall, bounces out, and through the stone ring without touching anything. Ring ball swoosh. The crowd screams, parrots explode into the sky, out over the jungle. The ball players bugged their ears out. Sam and I actually jumped for joy. We yelled, "Cam, she in for kick butt, woohoo!" The ball players surrounded Fred to try his new style using hands. Fred shows a few dribble moves. Next thing you guys got to do was get that rim fixed. Turn it up the right way, and then we can work on shooting the J. See? Fred did his jumping shot. Give it a try. The crowd cheered. I turned it. He still has his arms folded. He still has that fake smile stuck on his face. But now his eyes are flashing like lightning. Very interesting, he says, in a way that doesn't seem very interesting. Follow me. Interested, follow me. Chapter 5. We followed the high priest out of the stone wall ball court, and other priests followed us. The rest of the crowd joined in behind them. We were regularly victory parade down Broadway. Look at these carvings on the wall, said Sam. Not Broadway. No, Broadway. Yeah, Broadway. Yeah, okay. Look at these carvings on the wall, said Sam. A headless guy with snakes coming out of his neck. That's Bud, said a priest with a ponytail. He was captain of the losing team. Never would I call sudden death overtime, said Fred. We walked out of the rain court into a city in the middle of the jungle. A giant stone pyramid with steps on every side rose in front of us. A small red stone temple stood next to it. A long covered walkway of 100 giant stone kilometers led to another building, and every wall, Colosseum, and building seemed to be covered with carvings of snakes, birds, cats, and people colored red, yellow, green, and blue. That's the end of this story. Bye for now. Well, that's the end of the story. That's just the end of the first part, page chapter 5. So, bye for now.